Should I take payment up front or wait till after the service is completed? We're going to answer that question here today, so hang out with us for a few minutes. My name is Joey Thomas, entrepreneur and small business educator here at 17 Hats. Do you know that many folks today running a small business are billing their clients after the work is done? And once they bill them, they wait and they wait and they wait. It is excruciating. It has to be one of the most stressful things you can do as a business owner is to wait for payments for services that have already been rendered. And so waiting for money is just no fun. It impacts your ability to pay bills and plan for growth and just creates a lot of stress. And essentially, it's going to impact the quality of the relationship that you have with your clients. Money is always a sensitive subject, and the conversation around money is so important to both the client and yourself, the business owner. So how do we bridge this gap? How can we run a more efficient business, reduce the stress around money and payments, while still ensuring that our clients feel amazing about your services? So, if you are new to business or trying to revamp a few things today, you may find yourselves evaluating how you take money for your services. Today, we're going to talk about why it's important and necessary to start taking payments before the service is completed. Okay, so first, before we get into those reasons and why it's beneficial for you, let's talk about a few reasons why maybe we're a little hesitant to do that. Why we don't ask for payments before we perform the service. Number one is just fear. Many of us are just afraid that it will scare away potential clients, that asking for money ahead of time seems shady at best. Or we want to believe that people are just good and they will keep their word, that how can they not pay me if I perform this task, if I plan their event or design their website or shoot their wedding. They should. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Another reason, we underestimate the costs of doing the job. We don't understand the time, the effort, and all the money that has to come from our business in order to do the job. Or we feel like, in order to earn their trust, we just have to do a great job and then secure payments afterwards. That's the right thing to do. But I want to tell you there are many pitfalls that happen if we don't take the payment. Number one, life just happens, guys. Clients may end up prioritizing cash in other places while you're completing your job. I've talked to many wedding photographers who secured an event by signing a contract but never took a payment. And then a couple of weeks go by, they think they have a client, but that client ended up getting a bigger venue or adding something else to it, and then they no longer have the budget for that particular photographer. It happens all the time, right? So think about a contractor doing a renovation. So while that kitchen is being built out after ordering the beautiful imported tile for the backsplash, the clients decided that they needed a new car. And that decision impacted the ability to pay you, the contractor, when the job was done. So because you didn't take payments, you lost out, and now we have an issue or delayed payments or just waiting and waiting. It creates tension. Number two, sometimes people just get busy. People are just so busy in their lives that they don't give priority to making payments to you because once you're not in front of them, it's just an out of sight, out of mind experience. They're not intentionally doing it, but you're just not priority, or they're just not looking at their messages and things like that that are coming through. So if you go to spam, if they're inundated with emails all day long, they might just miss it and you're just not priority. Or number three, your expenses are really, really high and you just can't cover it. So halfway through the project, you have to abandon the project because you did not get secure enough payment to actually perform your job. And number four, and kind of scary, is that clients continue to expand the scope of the project when it's time to pay. So you're reaching the end of the project and all of a sudden they want to do more. I have heard this time and time again from web designers that they will go into a project and by the time they get to the end, they want more and more and more and more. And as the scope changes, the fees skyrocket. And then when you deliver the new fees and you communicate the new fees, there's a little tension and it becomes uncomfortable. We don't want any of these things to happen. As a professional small business, you want to go things in a professional way. And what does that actually look like? So let's get into that right now. All right, here are 4 benefits of taking payment at the onset of the client relationship. Number 1, as a business, it has to do with your numbers. Cash flow, okay? If a service you are providing is 3 months, 6 months, 12 months away, taking upfront payments will make for better cash flow in your business. It'll help you cover expenses along the way, travel, materials, contractors for the job, and just creates less anxiety around your ability to perform the service. Because you know what? Life happens for you as well. You may not have the capital secured in your bank accounts to be able to deliver the scope of the job that you have signed for. And so to protect yourself, take money up front that at least will cover the cost of your expenses. Number 2, and I can't emphasize this enough, peace of mind. Do you know that the quality of a client relationship is so important? The quality, right? It's not just about delivering a product. It's about the experience somebody had inside of it, the client's journey. But it's all about your journey as well. And your peace of mind matters. Let's face it, if you've ever been ghosted after someone secures services with you, you're not the only one. That's happened to me as well. So you know that if you secure a date for a client, you are turning away countless leads for that particular date. And if your client ghosts you after securing your services, not only do you lose out on their business, but you've potentially lost out on thousands of additional dollars of revenue for securing a date. Now, peace of mind allows you to freely serve a client with all your heart without any doubts or anxiety. But it's also peace of mind for the client, as I said once before. When you set up payments and it begins before the service, it gives them a peace of mind that you won't hike up the price after the services are performed. And it sets expectations and allows them to plan for payments, which is also important because if they can put it on a calendar, if they get automatic reminders, that it will be helpful to them to plan. Okay, number 3. Bottom line is you are a professional. And in today's professional businesses, it is expected of a professional to ask for payments upfront before you perform a service. Now, it does show that your time is worth something and that you will most likely handle the rest of the relationship professionally. It creates a really good first impression and lays the foundation of a professional relationship. Now, your professional presence is important. For example, your website, your branding, the great communication that you've had, your professional contracts, that professional presence helps you gain credibility as a business, thus allowing you to ask for upfront payments. So with that professional presence comes trust, which I talk about quite a bit. And when you ask for the initial payment, they trust the process and a professional exchange has been made. Did you hear the key word? I said professional maybe 12 times. A professional exchange has been made. And number 4, starting a conversation around money signifies the beginning of an official client relationship. Now, I get it that if you sign a contract, but a lot of contracts, it isn't always upheld in a legal battle, right? But if money is exchanged, it shows the official beginning of a contract. So if you haven't discussed pricing, money, payment structures, there is no assurance that the client is still interested, and the client doesn't know that you are interested. So taking payment up front, it actually shows commitment from both sides. From the side that paid you, you can trust them, and the fact that you took a payment, they have an assurance that, hey, you are in fact going to perform the service. So now that we've gone through those 4 points, even though you've had this discussion around money, you should assure the client that services will in fact be rendered. But how? It's all about the quality of your communication, okay? It's beneficial to communicate a guarantee of delivery in writing. If you can write down the scope of the job, right? Set the expectations of the scope of the project and include them in the process with the delivery time. What are all the deliverables? What's included? What it's going to cost? Break it down. When they see that, they feel a little bit more assurance. Maybe you can offer money back guarantees or refunds, depending on the type of service or product that you offer. Let's say, for example, coaching services or online services or SEO services. There might be a reason to offer money back guarantees. But also, and I honestly think the best way is just to stay connected with your client. You know, having a high number of touch points just really creates a level of comfort, and they don't feel like you've ghosted them. So asking for payments up front really does not feel like a stretch. Although you may have a little anxiety around taking upfront payments, I hope the tips I gave you can ease some of those doubts. The next question would be how? How do I take payments? How can I look professional and build a sense of trust with my clients? Well, I can tell you what I personally do. I use 17 Hats to create custom payment plans that actually begin the day that the contract is signed. So once they accept my quote online and sign the contract, they simply pay their initial payment using the payment button on the online invoice. It's secure, it's professional, and it's super easy, and the client can access this at any time. When I present my client with this type of invoice, there's no question if I'm a professional or if I'm going to run away with their money. It's a win-win on both sides. So if you've had any questions or concerns about taking payments up front, hopefully I answered those today and gave you a little bit of insight on how to do that in your business and if it is the right thing to do. Take payments up front. It's better for both you and the client, and it creates a lot of peace of mind around the process. Thank you once again for watching this video and hanging out with me for a few minutes. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. I will be coming out with a lot more topics just like this to help you and your business thrive. Till next time.